I would like to share a very personal message with my viewers. I would like to tell you about the origin of the With Humanity in Mind project. I'm likely to get emotional during this story, but it's just the nature of it. It's how it feels when it comes out. Um, Thank you all for your interest. This is a very significant moment for us. Thank you for remaining peaceful about yourself. Soundgarden's music has definitely touched my life. And I have a lot of brothers and sisters here in Canada that feel the exact same way. And I especially have a close connection with Chris Cornell's efforts. And I want this to be a happy posting day and I want this to be a happy moment, but the truth is, a lot of tragedy has happened. I very much so faced a lot of it completely alone. And Chris's music has helped me make so many important connections in my life, throughout my life. And before I get into the story, I would like for us to take a moment of silence in memory of our brother Chris Cornell. Gracias a Dios por este momento. I had a friend, his name was Philip, and he had a lot of problems. So did I. I met Philip right after my separation from my first child's mother. And I was doing a lot of very harmful things to myself. And I was going to very harmful places. And it was in one of those really harmful places that I found Philip. And Philip wasn't in my life for long, but the time he spent with me ended up being so amazingly influential to my life. We connected through Chris's music. He played guitar, I played drums, and I was living in a basement apartment by myself. I was seeing my then baby, who was now a teenager, a lot, and in that time, I focused on him. But other than that, I was alone and I was wandering. But I was playing instruments and writing music. I was going through a lot of pain and confusion. So music was serving me in that way. And although even when Philip was in his states of manicism, he never directed any of it towards me. I seemed to calm him down. But what Philip did for me was, Philip was the first person that listened to my music and I couldn't believe the reaction it had in him. He was very impressed by my music and he was very taken by my lyrics. And it was he and I that decided that we could, as a two-person duo, start the With Humanity in Mind project. But it was very much so Philip that came up with the concept of With Humanity in Mind in its very early stages. And how Chris ties in. We played a lot of Chris's music together. And actually, very specifically, we played a lot of Temple of the Dog. We could play that whole album. And neither of us were really great singers at the time. I was a better singer than him. But we used to play that album in the order that it was on the album. And sometimes if we wanted singing guitars, it was just me and him, so we would just put the CD on and I would just sit there and sing and he would play along with the guitar. But Philip pushed me to get better cymbals and pushed me to do so much and really pushed me in that direction like nobody I've ever known. We had a lot of problems. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. We had a lot of problems. And I remember when I heard about when Philip died. He died of an overdose. He was very young. It's hard to say. But it was at that time. It was at that time that I had decided that I was going to kick all my addictions. And I dedicated myself to kicking my addictions. It didn't happen overnight and people came in my life and things changed. I lost focus on this, lost focus on that. And I've always had to return to music. And every time I had to return to music, Philip was with me. And so was Chris. And now I'm sitting in a world peace studio talking to you about this accomplishment. Philip and I had made that decision to start the With Humanity in Mind project in 2007. That is why I started the With Humanity in Mind project. And then Chris's music continued to be with me. I did a few versions of Soundgarden songs on my own. Fell on Black Days was one that I was hoping to put on Out of Fox at the time. And I am very thankful for the efforts of Chris Cornell and how his music helped me piece my life together. Thank you all very much for your interest. I love you all. So, Obviously, I'm very proud of my accomplishment. At this point, I have, I'm pretty confident I would be the first artist to ever release music to download where the artists themselves played all the instruments and sang in English, Mandarin, Hindi, and Spanish in the same song. I'm thinking nobody else has done that. So I'm very proud of what I've been able to accomplish at this time. I'm very thankful to God for staying with me. I definitely had my period away from the light. And after the separation with my second child's mother, things got rough again. And I returned to the With Humanity in Mind project. And there were some very significant things that happened there for me between Chris Cornell's music and Christina Aguilera's music. But I've always been a very big Christina Aguilera fan, as I know everybody knows. I'm planning on sharing a little more of that story later this evening. But right now, es hora de meditar. Tengo que ir. Los amo a todos. It's time to meditate. I gotta go. I love you all. Thanks for your time. Peace and love to all. Thank God again. I'll be back this afternoon and again this evening. I appreciate everybody tuning in on this particular day. In God we trust. Bye for now.